Jeff, that's a product of your shock package. Shocks here are so critical. Not making those Eagles mad. Trying to keep them on the car and keep them as happy as you can.
3 drivers failed to qualify for today's race. Randy Renfro, Carl Long, and Dick Trickle driving the Dave Marcus number 71. Elliott Sadler's Motorcraft cam. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Bud cam on board his number 8 Chevy. Michael Waltrip making his 500th Winston Cup career start today. The Napa onboard camera.
Boy, it don't seem like he'd be that old to me.
Jeremy Mayfield, he is carrying the Dodge camera. And Mark Martin with the Pfizer Viagra cam. This will be Robbie Gordon, the Singular Wireless onboard camera. And Rusty Wallace, the Miller Lite onboard cam.
I think Rusty's pretty optimistic, don't you, Larry? He tested well here. He qualified good. He looks like he's ready to get after him.
And again, he talked this morning. I talked to his crew chief, new crew chief, Billy Wilburn, said a lot like Sterling, good on long runs. And what we'll see a lot, the car that's good on long runs, he may not be as quick those first 10 or 15 laps, but a lot is because he's trying to take care of it in the beginning.
Yeah, and you just can't be good on long runs at the very end, though. But you can't let that leader get too far away from you and then try to catch him there at the end. It won't work.
Today we'll go 393 laps to make up the 400 miles. And the pit window, which we usually express in fuel mileage, today, tire mileage.
Yeah, we can go 80 to 90 laps on fuel, but trust me, I don't think. Now, if it was at the end of the race, we may see it, but they're going to be in there between 60, 70 laps. I heard some teams that may stretch it to 80 laps for tires.
Yeah, and I think it just, the race dictates all that. I don't think it, you know, you might try to go 90 laps if the race dictates it. And the pace car, hey guys, the pace car is off.
All right, we are back on Fox.
Here we go, green, 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 go, 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 boogity, 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 boys.
Craven leads off to Schrader, just in qualified order. Benson, Jarrett with a challenge. Inside, Jerry Nadeau.
These guys move up the top of the racetrack. They'll move up there in a hurry. That's what I love about Rockingham. It's not about all around the bottom. You can race up against the wall. You can race in the middle of the racetrack. All kinds of racing groups.
You'll see the cars on new tires run low. As the tires go away, they'll just start run right up next to that outside wall and actually getting a little rock on the side of it.
A year ago at this race, we started the silent lap 3 to honor Dale Earnhardt. Today we'll do that a final time. A silent third lap in honor of a great hero. We remember Dale Earnhardt and the many great drivers no longer with us. As Ricky Craven now opened up very, very quickly an 8-car length lead on Ken Schrader.
Well, the talk in the garage that I was hearing was that the 32 car was the car to beat, that he was fast on the get-go, good on long runs, and he had a pretty good hot rod in him today. If I say hot rod and no heap a lot today, that's because I was with John Force for a couple of days, and it's been drilled into my brain.
Steve Burns.
Hey, Darrell, I talked to crew chief Mike Beam on the 32 car this morning, and he said that they weren't that good in practice yesterday, but he wasn't worried about it. They tested down here in January. They ran 400 miles, and he was predicting, and he accurately so, that it would be sunny out today, and that's what he's got.
Honey, once so true, I love you. Or sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy, you know.
Based on his performance a year ago, first top 5 for this Cal Wells team, number 32 team with Ricky Craven. I'm going to say he's normally one of the first cars that will start moving up the racetrack after those tires get some laps on them.
Yeah, you work hard. You would love, ideally, you want your car to work right around the bottom all day long. That's the shortest route around. That's the quickest way. But the tires just will not allow that to happen. The tires dictate what's going to happen to your race car.
Bobby Hamilton may have gotten into Jeff Green here in the 30. Jeff Green slid up the racetrack, and that was very, very close.
It was real close.
It's still close. It'll be close all day. We'll see rubbing all day long.
And that 55
Rubbin's
car
racing.
of Bobby Hamilton, that's actually the car that Joe Nemechek raced to victory here in the fall race. But again, the 33 car, who Mike Wallace is driving for now for Andy Petrie, they were not even going to come here until as late as this past Tuesday. Bobby Hamilton in the 55 brought that car here this weekend. And
they're just all fighting over the same little bit of real estate back there. It's real crowded off turn 2. We saw yesterday in the Busch race, they get a little jukey out of that corner, and buddy, something's got to give.
You see Ward Burton climb the hill. He and Dale Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, several drivers trying that high line already.
And Darrell, what happens, I think, as these tires get some laps on them, it's a little easier on the tires up high. You know, you're not down there making that tight corner at the bottom of the racetrack.
Well, the car's easier to drive up there for sure. And think about it. If all the years we've been racing, we've been running around the bottom, where's the best asphalt?
And that's
around
where
the top.
Jimmy Johnson passed Rusty Wallace. Johnson on the move. Rookie racing to the front.
Racing these rookies we got this year, I tell you, they're exciting. They're going to be great for our sport. Ryan Newman, Jimmy Johnson. We got us a good little crowd. We got us a good little crop going here.
Nadeau tried the bottom on Sterling Marlin, and Marlin will complete the pass.
But what Nadeau did there in the 25 car is smart. Don't race each other side by side this early in the race, because you're just going to lose ground to the leader when you're racing side by side. Jeff Gordon in that 24 car, he has moved up to 26, so he's gained about 7 positions in about 10 laps. And I talked to Robbie Loomis, his crew chief, very happy with that race car at the end of the final practice. Biggest fear, getting to the front through all of these cars.
Well, when you're qualifying, you have 1 lap. We only got 1 lap, and you can't make many corrections. When you're racing, you got all day to make corrections.
Johnny Benson had a run on Dale Jarrett on the bottom. It didn't pay off, and now Sterling Marlin may take advantage of Benson's number 10.
Sterling and his crowd, they just tickle me to death. I mean, you know, they just go methodically about it every week. They get their car right. You don't hear a whole lot about him, but every week he's right up there fighting for a win.
Speaking of right up there, our leader in turn 4 is right up against the wall. Ricky Craven is really taking the high line, more so at the north end of the speedway than he is here at the south end. But he's way up there.
And it wasn't long ago that we saw him hooking it right around the bottom. So what did we run? We run 12 laps here, 13 laps, and already everybody's searching for a new line.
Jimmy Spencer battles Kenny Wallace and Jeff Green. That's for 9th place.
Kenny Wallace in that 1 car. Remember, this is the team with Steve Park that won this race 1 year ago and had a 2nd place finish here with Kenny in the fall. They have this place figured out.
And racing is a lot of monkey see, monkey do, you know, whether it's on the cars or out here on the racetrack. As soon as somebody moves up like Craven did and starts to pull away a little bit, the crew chiefs are on that radio hollering at them drivers.
When you run that high line, does it abuse the tires less than trying to hold it around the bottom?
Oh, yeah, by all means. I mean, you know, the turn, just think about how much sharper the turn is around the bottom and how much bigger a turn. You got a more sweeping turn around the top. So you're not grinding on that right front quite so hard.
1 car off the pace. It's Spencer in the back straightaway.
Oh, man. Spence doesn't need another bad day. All right, did the car pick back up? I bet he had ignition problems.
In these cars, they normally have 2 ignition systems, and there's a switch. When it shuts off, they can flip a switch. It goes to a totally new ignition box. A lot of times another coil, a lot of times even another pickup in the distributor.
We'll update the Jimmy Spencer story when we come back. Ricky Craven leads Kenny Schrader, Dale Jarrett, Sterling Marlin, and Johnny Benson, the front 5, after 15 laps at the Rock on Fox. Welcome back to the Subway 400 at Rockingham on Fox. We're under the first caution of the day. Joe Nemechek spun up in turn 2. The view you see from our Marine Corps copter cam. And that's put us under the caution. It was a single car spin. Didn't appear to be anybody near him.
Yeah, he just bumped he knocked the back left rear corner up in there just a teeny bit, but nothing serious. I think he can continue on. Car was real loose. He just got up there and got... Bad boy just came around on him.
He's up high. He's up high.
Everybody did a good job of missing it.
Got a yellow.
He was outside another car, but there was no contact.
No, I think he just might. That's still a little bit of dirt up there real high off that corner. So if you get too high, coming off the corner, not so much in the center, but coming off.
This is the Travis Carter 2-car team that sponsored by Kmart, which has filed for bankruptcy. They have enough funding to run through today. And Travis Carter and his folks are looking for somebody to put on that car the rest of this season. Steve?
Ricky Craven came in. They changed 4 tires. The only adjustment, a half a pound out of the left rear air pressure adjustment. More importantly, they won the race off of pit road. Matt Yoakum.
Steve, Kenny Schrader came in. Not a surprise like everybody else. They took on 4 tires. He will restart from the 2nd position. A little bit tight, no adjustments. On the 88, 1 round of wedge. He was a little bit tight too, to Dick Berggren.
Johnny Benson had a good stop, 14.9. Not particularly pleased with his car. He said it's oscillating a little bit. They adjusted the weight distribution on the car and put 4 tires on it. To Jeannie.
Well, the 41 car, Jimmy Spencer, just happy they weren't the cause for the caution. That problem with the ignition box, guys, it just went out on him. So he switched boxes. Hadn't run enough laps really to adjust anything on the car. He was happy outside of the ignition problem. So they gave him 4 fresh tires and fuel.
Now, here's where I miss Dave Marcus, who retired after the Daytona 500. On this caution, Dave would have stayed on the track, not pitted with every single other car, would have stayed out to lead a lap before he pitted and picked up the 5 bonus points. Why wouldn't one of those drivers in the back do that?
I don't know. I think that's a pretty good plan myself, except that, you know, this pit road is so long, and if you're not pitted on the other side of the start-finish line, that has an effect on everything as well. So I'm not real sure. I can't answer that question.
It starts over in turn 4, all the way down the front stretch, all the way through 1 and 2. You come off pit road. Yeah, the best way to put it, there was 172 tires changed during that caution. All 43 cars changed forward. We're going back to green.
I'd have had you change my spare if I'd have had to.
Big loser on that round of stops, rookie Jimmy Johnson was running 7th at the time of the caution. He is now 26th.
And that tells me, you know, that either something happened to his crew or they made some sort of major adjustment. Rubber in a spring, rubber out of a spring, something to that effect.
Clean restart at lap 23.
Yeah, you know, no lap cars. Everybody gets in the start in single file, so it'll take a lap or 2 to get them bunched back up.
Joe Nemechek has returned to the track despite that damage to the rear.
Yeah, they took a sledgehammer and adjusted on it.
And he's actually still on the lead lap. All 43 cars are still on the lead lap.
He's coming. Come on. Clear low.
That was Tim Overby, Robbie Gordon's spotter for the 31 car.
Robbie Hamilton kicked upstairs there.
Oh, there's your shot, DW.
Yeah,
there's
man.
that aerial view.
I love that shot right there. That tells you everything. If there's contact, is
like there?
Speaking of contact,
cars.
That's Mikey.
That's Mikey. Did somebody get into him?
The 15 car, Michael Waltrip, but I believe he has a left front fender rubbing him and Bobby Labonte. And the 18 got together.
Damn 18 right up in front of me and I hit him. Put left sides on it, pull the damage out. Outside.
I thought Michael was pretty calm considering what happened.
He'll have to pit under green.
Watch it. Well, here's his fender all banged in on Michael's car.
Let's see who moved up.
Yeah, right.
See who moved up in front of Michael.
There they go down into turn 3. This happened down the middle of 3 and 4. Yikes, I don't know, buddy.
See Bobby Labonte moving up. Bobby Hamilton in 55 was right in front of him, and he was moving up. Of course, Mike was trying to go on the outside and just know where to go, but he's going to have to get the pit road to get that fender off that tire.
Another look at it.
All right, we got a little damage here. Clear low.
We mentioned that Jimmy Johnson, as Michael Waltrip comes to pit road, had trouble during that caution flag pit stop and drop back. We'll get an update from Dick Berggren on that. A look back from Johnny